A lot of people are saying that this might be one of the best courses in San Diego. Will it live up to the hype? Or is it overrated? What's up everyone, Golf Course Connoisseur here with another course review video. We review everything from facilities and conditions to scenery and value, then give each course a rating tier based on their total score out of 50. Today we're at Maderas in San Diego, California. Let's get into it. Super excited for this next stretch of videos I'll be uploading. They're all courses in San Diego. San Diego is my hometown, so these are going to be the golf courses that I play at most frequently, or at least most recently. Facilities gets an 8.5 out of 10. So I know what you're wondering. Do they have a range that lets you hit off grass? And the answer is yes. Range balls included, they've got mats, you just take a step forward and you get hit off of grass. Handful of practice chipping and putting greens. So it checks the boxes there. Course conditions gets a 7 out of 10. So the tee boxes, the greens, the bunkers, the overall maintenance and quality, those were all really good. I mean, this is one of the more high-end golf courses in San Diego. The issue I have is with the fairways. And for some reason, the fairway grass just seems so dead. Now the fairway grass looks green, but I heard a rumor that some courses spray paint the grass to make it look healthier than it is. Some people like this style of fairway, but for me personally, I like when fairways are a bit on the firm side, because then there's a little bit of forgiveness. If you chunk it, it'll kind of glide forward. When the grass feels dead, it's just not something you would expect from a high-end golf course.
Shot.
So how many days were you in conference? Friday to Sunday. Friday to Nice.
Greens were extremely consistent. Green speeds that day were probably at about a 10, so fast but not lightning fast. There were tricky pin locations that you had to be mindful of, getting your ball to stop and being good with pace. There was hardly any rough on this course, but that actually made it a bit more difficult, because if you're missing offline and your ball rolls through the fairway, it could potentially go into the hazard, out of bounds, into the trees, into the gigantic bunkers lining the fairways. So there was just more opportunity for you to end up in a bad spot if you miss hit.
Crushed.
Ooh, hold on.
Kick left. Stop.
Stay.
Stop.
Oh, I'm flirting with her. It's so thin it could just like run off. There's no like stop.
There's zero rough.
Yeah.
Layout and design gets a 7.5 out of 10. Designed by former PGA Tour pro Johnny Miller and golf course architect Robert Muir. This golf course features winding layouts through rocky terrain, and par rating and slope for this course are 72, 75.2, and 142 from the tips. Each set of tees has their own rating and slope, but I only give ratings and slopes for the backmost tees. And 142 is just a ridiculous slope for any course. The mid to high 130s is really difficult for high handicappers, so as you can imagine, this is a tough course for me, even if I'm playing from the whites. Scenery and vibe gets a 3.5 out of 5. The dramatic elevation changes made for some great views.
Yeah, there's always a chance.
Yeah, if we just
And
get it close and
there were a handful of wild turkeys scattered throughout the course.
Damn, Jason, how the hell did you get this far?
Staff and service get a 3.5 out of 5. Pro shop staff, the starter, food and drink cart staff were all really nice. Pace of play gets a 4 out of 5. This was an early morning tee time on a weekday, so slow play was never going to be an issue for us.
Oh my god.
Also, the fact that this is a really difficult and expensive course to play, you would think that only really good golfers are going to be out there, so slow play shouldn't be an issue, but you never know.
I still did it. It's okay.
Value for money. This is where we go scorched earth because they get a 0.5 out of 5, not even a full point. I was considering giving them less. We paid $150 for a weekday tee time, and on the weekends, it's upwards of $280.
Damn!
That doesn't even include a golf cart. And you're not walking this course. So, over $300 for a weekend round of golf at Maderas golf course. You do get range balls included, nice practice facilities. You have to pay extra for the cart, but it has all of the tech. It's got the screens, the GPS for distances. And again, me personally, I wasn't a fan of the conditions of the fairways, but some people like that type of grass. If you're asking me whether $300 is worth that round of golf, I will say definitely not. I would play this course again, but I'm not paying $280 for a tee time. Ridiculous. For $300, you could at least play 3 or 4 decent courses. But you know what? If you got it like that, more power to you, because it is a nice course. Just not worth it for the recreational player or maybe the higher handicaps just getting into golf. Overall, Maderas gets a 34.5 out of 50, and that lands it a rating tier of average. So not quite solid, well below excellent and elite. Average is the rating I'm giving it. Again, I know a handful of people who say that Maderas is one of their favorite courses to play in San Diego. It's just not for me, especially at that price point. I would recommend people play this course and decide for themselves because it is a really nice course, especially when you consider all of the great courses here in San Diego. But I'm not going to put it at the very top of my list. It's going to be somewhere I golf on occasion, maybe like once a year, or if a friend invites me out and it's during the week, so it's a bit of a cheaper rate. But anyway, that's all for this review. Again, all of the ratings are based on my personal experience and my opinion, so feel free to let me know if you agree or disagree, and let me know in the comments what course you think I should rate next, whether that's in San Diego or out of state. I'm willing to travel and provide the content and share my experiences of the courses that I get to play. Alright, peace.